for immediate release. Major League Baseball to delay 2020 opening day by at least 2 weeks. Spring training games canceled as of 4 p.m. today, and WBCQ games postponed. MLB will continue to evaluate ongoing events and effects on the 2020 scheduling. Baseball's put on pause. I'm here with Jake. I'm here with Trevor Plouffe. We're going to discuss this, what it means, how it happened, and all that stuff, and how unfun it is to not have baseball. Jake, Trev, how are you guys doing?
Trevor?
I'm doing all right. This was something that we probably all expected to come at some point, especially after last night. You saw the NBA cancel their season, and it just seemed like it was headed this way. But to see, actual confirmation of it is a little surreal.
It's crazy. It's crazy. When the president announcement happened last night with no travel to Europe, I was sitting there with my girlfriend, and it was like, oh, and I think Jimmy tweeted it with the NBA thing, like, it's historic. We crossed into that territory. It's not I still think there will be a time in hopefully 3 months that we could look back and be like, damn, that was crazy. I'm glad that's over. Maybe we won't. Who knows the real timeline? The MLB has put out their 2-week thing, and I'm gonna say stern as long as I can through this.
Stern?
Stern. Like I'm stern but fair.
Who's
the whole
getting
process.
in trouble?
Coronavirus. I'm mad at them.
You're mad at Corona.
Yes.
Okay.
COVID-19.
Right. COVID-19. Trev, Jake and I have a huge problem with the fact that coronavirus is one word. It's 2 words. Virus is its own word. I don't understand why they're smashing them together. It makes no sense to me. But I digress. Baseball.
I don't think it's like a virus named Corona. I think it's coronavirus is a term. And then this is a form of it.
We don't need that information right now, Trev. What we do need is
sorry
information.
about that.
Information from around the league. You said you hit up some dudes. You got some gossip for us?
Yeah, you hit up some players?
Yeah, I talked to a couple guys today. They were just getting out of their spring training games, and they didn't really have a lot to say. I think everyone's waiting to hear officially what MLB is saying, what MLB is going to do. I think they're going to have meetings today. I did hear a little nugget that one of the camps is going to send their minor leaguers home. Minor league camp officially started today.
Show up and leave.
And they're just like, hey, guys, this is probably not going to happen. They're going to send them home.
Wow.
So that's the minor league side. I don't know what they're going to do with the big leaguers. We know that they're suspending the season for at least 2 weeks to start. And from there,
it's kind of stupid that MLB even put out the 2 weeks thing. I
agree.
No other league gave a date.
Tennis was the only other one.
Did they? Well, don't even try to pacify the audience and you don't know if you're going to be good in 2 weeks or you don't know if you're going to be good in 1 week. You know what I mean? It could be 2 months. It could be a month. Why even do that? I hate how they do that with players and injury timetables as well. I don't think it'll be 2 weeks. I think it'll be more. But part of me thinks it'll be 2 weeks. Trev.
I mean, MLB has butchered PR this entire offseason.
They're not good at
might as well just bring it into the season.
It is an unprecedented thing, and it is a copycat world. So, the NBA does it. Now MLB's like, damn, if we don't do it, we look bad. But maybe we don't think we need to. It's dumb. But, Trev, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
1, if you were playing in one of these spring training games that was currently going, went into the dugout after being on the field, and they say, hey, we're suspended, there's no more spring training games, but you're leading off, do you even swing in that at bat? Are you like, oh, wow, this is my last at bat for 2 weeks, I better have at it? Or are you like, fuck this and leave?
I mean, it's interesting because it depends on what part of my career it was. We saw Vince Carter come off the bench last night and hit a 3, and that might be his last game ever in the NBA. So if it was me last year and I knew I probably didn't have I wasn't gonna be part of the team, I'd be up there swinging for the fence, baby. Let's end with a bang. But
second part of the question.
Okay.
If it's not a second part of that question. It's a totally separate
Totally
question.
different question.
If the start date is April 7th, doesn't that make more sense anyway? Why are we starting baseball March 26th?
I have no idea.
It's someone said that on Twitter, well, baseball's a summer sport anyway, so the March start date was kind of dumb. April 7th sounds more like an opening day date to me.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to do to if they're going to try to make up those games. I mean, 2 weeks of games at the beginning of the season. I've seen talks about maybe not having the All-Star game and using that week to catch up, which would suck.
The smartest thing they did was say, like, we're going to take 2 weeks minimum to figure out that plan.
Yeah.
Because do they just scrap those games from the schedule and just play the rest and everyone that doesn't count for anyone? Do they try to truncate it? Like, it's a logistical nightmare to try and if they're going to redo a whole schedule.
I don't think they're going to make the games up. There's precedent set that they haven't done that before. So I think they'll go with a shortened season.
And in my head, net, and I know this isn't the best way to do about it, but we talked about copycat league. If you're looking around and you're MLB and you're looking at March Madness, which could be completely canceled, you're looking at all these other events, you know, the final 15 to 20 games of the NBA season. I think if you're the MLB, and again, I don't think it's the 2 weeks, but I think it's closer to the end of April, even start of May. If that's the net end of this, is that you lose a month of baseball. Again, we're dealing with the new word. My word of the office today has been pandemic. Like it reached a new level. The president is giving speeches. There's a Europe travel ban. We hit a point that it got bigger than sports very clearly. So
I held a coffin for my entire 13-minute bus ride.
Yes.
And it was just a regular old cough,
Yeah.
just a one-off cough that I had in the morning. And I was sitting there like with a frog in my throat. Like,
yeah.
And then as soon
There's
as I got off the
definitely
bus,
some sickness
I just gave it a one and done. But I was like, I can't be doing that. You know? Hey, if we put our arms here, does it look like we're putting our arms around Trevor?
No.
I would have to.
A lot of contact.
Can we talk about a little something that's
Talk about it.
maybe not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but it is a story. And I got a new phrase that I'm in love with.
Ooh, new phrase alert.
New phrase alert. Can you play the new phrase alert sound drop, please?
New phrase alert.
So much.
Okay. Works.
New phrase
Interesting.
alert.
Jake's burn music.
New phrase alert. Force majeure.
Oh, I saw you
I
text
saw
that,
you
and
text
I
that. I had
didn't
no
look it
idea
up.
what it meant.
I did not look it up.
That is in the latest Ken Rosenthal article from The Athletic. He's talking about what's going on. And one of the things he mentioned, which is obviously takes the backseat to a lot of other things, but he's saying, are players going to be compensated for days where they don't play, games they don't play? And the union obviously is going to argue yes. But apparently there's a clause in all these contracts, and they mentioned force majeure, and it essentially means an act of God. If an act of God comes, or
No.
a pandemic, I guess,
It means
the
unforeseeable
teams are allowed to
circumstances.
not.
Act of God's
Well,
more
that-
powerful, Jim. Let him run. Let him run.
It's not act of God.
I'm just quoting Kenny.
Kenny was
All right.
being
Friend of the pod.
dramatic.
Yeah, hell yeah, he's being dramatic.
It's just unforeseeable anything. It's
That's content.
unexplainable circumstances that you couldn't see coming. So like
like God.
I don't like that.
a lot of people just name the unexplainable God.
Act of God.
Okay, that's
Just
so
leave
much
it, Jim.
different.
But that's a real question. I asked another one of my buddies, like, what does he think about that? And he's like, well, obviously that's kind of on the back burner, but, you know, there has been mention of it, and the union will do what they can. But that's a story to watch.
It's all crazy. The ripple effect is nuts. Like, what happens
Yeah.
to the vendor who works at the stadium, or like ticket sales people that need to sell?
They should be compensated.
To name
the team
one-
has to take care of that.
But there's so many people that aren't even attached to a billionaire industry that are going to be affected by this. And the testing is insane. They said that the Jazz tested 58 players, and they were like, what? There's only been 50 people tested per each state because they don't have enough tests. Someone's like, how'd the Jazz get all those tests?
Adam Silver, man, he's the puppeteer.
So who knows?
Yeah, and this is obviously, we do a podcast talking baseball. Check it out. There will be content. we're gonna see what it looks like. We're hoping to talk to a lot of the guys because they got nothing else to do. But I don't like it. I told Trevor this a second ago. I got an email from an old hot yoga place I used to go to, like that's going to be empty for a couple weeks.
Hot yoga instructor or hot yoga place?
The place. It was like the email list. You sign up.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
Google hot yoga
it's
instructor.
it's your birthday. Come through.
You think it's male or female? The Google image results for hot yoga instructor.
Yes, I'll say both. And that's again when you zoom out and you look at the scope of everything that's happening. I mean, the Europe travel ban. We're talking about vendors, and there's people that work parking lots, and there's so many things attached to this. But outside of it, I mean, it's chaos. How many businesses it affected, and I know a lot of people have reached out to us, and they're like, "Hey, tough break to start doing some sports media stuff."
We're good.
We'll be good. We got content coming.
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
the stuff Trevor has up his sleeves. Oh my god.
Ooh.
This is a really good hot yoga instructor result.
Okay, what do we got?
You're gonna like this one.
Oh, I like that guy.
Yeah,
He's kind of going sumo sex.
Right
Is
up
it,
the
no,
jazz.
I think that's the guy that there was a huge sexual.
Oh, he's the
misconduct
bad
lawsuit
guy. He's
against.
like the
But I
creator.
don't.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Well, way to
blur that
ruin all
out.
the fun.
We won't advertise him.
Damn. Now
Can I give you the
first
little bit
Corona,
of
now
more player
that guy.
perspective because that's my job here?
Sure.
Yeah. What are the players saying?
Well, when you come to this point in spring training, I mean, your lease is going to be up in spring training. Are you are they gonna fly everyone up to the city? And if you do that, families typically don't travel with the team. So are they gonna make exceptions, bring everybody up on the same plane?
Do we lose him?
Might have lost Plouffe there.
Might have lost Plouffe.
As a former baseball player, I'll pick up where he left off. I got cut in high school, so I don't know how we would have dealt with this.
Yeah, I think they'll handle it a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be able to get Plouffe back by the time this wraps up, but it's a logistical nightmare.
It's a logistical nightmare
everyone.
for everyone.
It's good. Hey, we're Yankees fans, and everyone knows that. There's some injured guys.
Yeah.
You're a Houston fan, Verlander gets a little healthy, Sale, those guys might need surgery, but if you're looking for a ray of sunshine.
And we just talked about this, and I loved the face that Trevor Plouffe got stuck on. I almost don't want him to rejoin, so that can be his memory from this. But there is going to be a lot of weird connect the dots in this. We're talking about a lot of the big picture stuff. We were just doing our Braves team profile and projection. We were talking about King Felix. King Felix might have earned a job out of camp with the Braves to be their fifth starter. Now, depending on how Cole Hamels heals and how baseball comes back, there's a chance he might not get a chance to be on the Braves team, a team that's supposed to be competitive. So there's going to be so many weird ripple effects from this. And again, hopefully, my biggest thing is I'm hoping in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, we can take a deep breath, not be scared of our neighbors on the subway, and keep it moving. But the unknown ripple effects of this just kind of freaked me out too.
Yep. And I want to, everyone that's saying this isn't that bad, it only affects old people. Listen, old people are still people. I see old people. Plouffe said that we should take it home. Can you put a big X in front of his face? Yeah, you can just switch the two of us.
I like the big X, but that's fine.
Don't be insensitive.
Yes.
There's no need to be.
It's a good time to use logic.
Caution is never a bad thing. Millions of people go to the ballpark, then they go home and they see their grandparent. And it takes you can spread it before you show symptoms. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
If you believe in a God and your God made that kind of disease, that's messed up. I can spread it before I even have symptoms?
This is where we always land.
That's fucked.
This is where we always land. Be smart.
Be smart.
Safe.
You know what I'm kind of upset about, Jake?
What are you kind of
Everyone's
upset about?
tweeting out pictures of the supermarket and the grocery stores, just no toilet paper, no toilet.
What's with the toilet paper? I don't get that.
Dude, people go crazy, lose their minds, and they just
Toilet paper's on that list?
Well, I'm gonna run out of toilet. I went to Katie.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, yo, what's our toilet paper sitch?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need more at some point.
A lot of showers.
Oof, gross.
A lot of showers. A lot of bidet showers.
I was going to ask Plouffe.
Right.
If
I'll answer as him.
Great. This is perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, because this was the question I was
They'll
going to
love
ask Plouffe.
this.
I was going to say, hey, Trev,
Yeah.
out of all the
Jim, bro?
Yeah, out of all the players that you've played with in your whole entire life,
Sure. A lot of guys.
which guy do you think would be most susceptible to getting this disease?
I don't think that's
No,
a fun
you're
game to
answering
play.
as Plouffe.
No.
You agreed to answer as Plouffe.
Okay. as Trevor, I would laugh at that question.
Just do it as him.
And I say, you know what? I've played with a lot of guys, some cleanly, some not. But I'm most receptive to coronavirus. I'm going to say myself because I'm just a friendly guy. You know, I love dapping up the dudes in the clubhouse, and I just think, you know, I would be part of the problem.
I think Trev's going to be
Now
so
that
mad
now that I've had my kids, I understand how dirty kids are, and that's when I've started getting clean, and that's why I didn't touch you guys too much on the spring training trip. And, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I was right.
Yeah.
Shut up, Trevor.
Okay, wild response.
Miss him.
So
Miss you, Trev.
everyone tweet out, I just heard Trevor say he would have been the most susceptible to coronavirus
Right
via Jake talking for him.
Yes.
I'm a swine flu survivor. When swine flu was going down, when the Yankees were in the World Series in 2009, I was swine flued out on the couch, just being all swiney. So I'm cool. I'm good with it.
Be smart, people. We'll be cranking out content. You're going to be seeing a lot of weird stuff from us, a lot of baseball stuff, a lot of other stuff. Keep your eyes peeled. We appreciate it.
And if you want to give us a bit of solace, because we were doing an episode a day every day until opening day, and now opening day is 2 weeks further away, and we're going to have to stop that promise.
Maybe. Don't challenge me, kid.
Well, we'll be doing...
Don't challenge me, kid.
I don't know if we can do a Talking Baseball and Talking Yanks every day for 2 more weeks, because it's been the biggest nightmare.
It's been a lot.
doing 2 episodes a day for 60 days straight. So anyway, this is that. We'll keep doing content. MLB players will be put aside. It'll be so interesting to see how they do the schedule moving forward.
Yeah.
And
we'll keep you updated.
I'm going to look at the comments, and I'm going to react to one, and then we're going to be out.
Okay, here it
the
is.
Next one that comes up. That was us. Bartolo tests positive. Okay.
Baseball.
And scene.